Hello and welcome back to another video, guys. So if you're seeing this video, then I finally got Draco V4. This took way longer than I thought. Just as a warm-up, I decided to get Dragon Talon V2. I don't think this is really a requirement to evolve your Draco race, but I just thought I'd get it, just for the sake of completing everything that's in the dojo. And I've got to say, I really like the look of the moves in V2. By the way, in case you missed my previous video, make sure that you get each of the dojo belts, because that's an actual requirement you can't skip. Okay, Uzoth has nothing left to teach me, so let's get straight into getting the Draco race. So if you've unlocked the black dojo belt, just talk to the wizard right here. He'll give you something called the dragon tether, then you need to spawn the prehistoric island, find an egg for him, bring back the egg, and then he'll give you the Draco race. Real quick, I want to shout out my friend Risotto because he's been a massive help throughout this entire journey. And his luck in finding the prehistoric island is insane. He found it like 1 billion times for me, so thank you, bro. If anyone hasn't done the prehistoric island event before, all you need to do is basically protect the relic. It's that big dinosaur skull. So you need to fight the golems that are going near it, and you also need someone to take care of the pressure on the volcano by shooting the kind of lava crack things that appear. And yeah. And if you manage to survive the 5 minutes, you get the dragon egg, and you can get some dino bones as well. And the dragon egg has a small chance of dropping one of the dragon fruits, but I just haven't been that lucky yet. Anyway, I just brought the egg back to the wizard, exchanged it for Draco, and there we go, got V1. It's not the most exciting looking race right now, it's pretty boring, I've just got a pair of horns and that's it. But it grants you 5% more HP, 5% damage reduction, and 5% more melee damage, so not too bad actually. Okay, let's talk to the wizard again and see what we need for V2. Okay, so to ascend to V2 we need 5 fire flowers, alright. So for this I farmed the mythological pirates on the Turtle Island. The drop rate is pretty low and there's a cooldown every single time you find one, so I just recommend server hopping, which is what I did. The flowers are pretty small, so if you're in like dragon form or Buddha form or something, make sure that you pay attention for a little orange thing. And yeah, there we go, just repeat that 5 times and then go and talk to the wizard again. Click Ascension again, and he wants $1 million too. Bro, you could have said something before, but okay, fine. Draconic power is coursing through you. And I've got wings now, cool. And these wings aren't just for show. If you double tap and hold space, you can actually fly. And you also get this kind of burning flash step that explodes and does damage, so those are actually some cool features. I forgot to record that, so that's why I have so many horns on my head in case you're wondering. That's Draco V4, spoiler alert. Okay, let's see what we need to do for Draco V3 now. Oh, I just have to beat a Terror Shark, that's it. Should be easy. Alright, once you've soloed the Terror Shark with 0 difficulty, just like I did, talk to the wizard again. And he wants 3 million this time, which is kind of crazy, but let's just do it. So now we've got Draco V3, and this is where I'd say the race starts to get pretty nice. So now you've got 4 horns, but it's not just looks, you gain a new ability as well, of course, the V3 ability, which is Primordial Rain. This actually looks beautiful, and I would probably argue this is the best V3 ability out of any race. And I'm not just randomly saying that. This is actually the longest lasting race V3 ability, it lasts about 10 seconds. It buffs you and your allies' damage and movement speed by 15%, which is pretty damn good. Now, if we talk to the wizard again, he'll say that the wind is chilly, and he's talking about the Leviathan here. But before we can take care of any of that, one of the main requirements for V4 is going to be that we need Dragon Heart and Dragon Storm, both at 500 mastery. As you can see, the main things we're going to need are dragon eggs and some dinosaur bones. So how do you get those? You get those from the prehistoric island, and how do you get that? You need to use the volcanic magnet to increase the spawn chance and complete the raid. Just make sure you're with a good team that won't let the relic get damaged, and every single time you complete the raid, you'll be able to collect 1 dragon egg and a few dino bones as well. Now, the Dragon Storm is a little bit harder to get because you need some dragon scales as well. These have a pretty bad drop rate, but fortunately for me, Risotto was really kind and let me get a potion. I think it's a luck potion or a drop chance increase potion or something, I'm not sure what it's called. So I drank that, and then I just started running around attacking the Dragon Crew Archer NPCs, and the potion definitely worked. Now that we've got all the materials, we can craft the Dragon Heart and the Dragon Storm. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really care for the Dragon Heart. I've never been much of a sword user, but I really like the Dragon Storm. I mean, it's a minigun, of course, so it's literally just awesome. Okay, so once you've got those 2 weapons to 500 mastery, and honestly for that, you can either AFK farm, or you can just spam Big Mum and Longma. You just need to bribe the NPC on top of the Tiki outpost, and eventually it will say that the Leviathan is out there. So you just need to keep bribing the NPC until you get that message. And you should get that message on the 4th bribe. There we go. Now all you need is a friend with the Beast Hunter ship. And after sailing for about 1 billion years, you should find this place called the Frozen Dimension, and that's where the Leviathan is. Now, I won't lie, I did fail quite a few Leviathans. I kept dying simply because I'm an idiot that doesn't remember that he's not a Fishman V3 anymore. And I was using fruits like Light or Buddha, and it would always end the same way. I'd always end up getting flung into the water, drowning, taking too much damage, and then I died. So I'm sure many of you know this already, but my pro tip is to use magma. Number 1 for the high damage, and number 2 because, well, you just can't drown because you have the magma walk. And I just focused on one part of the Leviathan at a time, just trying to get it as low as possible. And yeah, with magma and a good team of course, it was pretty much a cakewalk. And it gives you 5 levels when you kill it, which is pretty nice, but that's not what we're here for. This is possibly the most important step of the entire video. We need to bring back the Leviathan heart all the way back to the Hydra Island. Find it, you'll see a green marker there, and it's a big heart in a big ice cube, you can't miss it. Once you're in position, just use the harpoon gun and hook the heart, and then just sail back to the Hydra Island. Now, one final pro tip, and I'm speaking from experience here, make sure that you do this in a private server, because the amount of times that hunters ruin my Levi hunt, they just killed us all while we had the heart, or some hacker teleported to us and just, ruined the entire thing. Definitely use a private server, guys, if you can. But yeah, this Levi hunt was a lot of fun. The team was really, really good, and it was so rewarding once we did it. So you just go around this corner here, and you drive into the waterfall, and the island will freeze. So once you've frozen the island, come up here to the dojo again, and then ignite these 3 lanterns. And once you've done that, the vault here should open up. So just go in and drop down here, and you'll discover this whole secret room. The first time around I nearly missed this, but if you jump, you'll see an interact button, just click. And from this point on, this is where things get a bit long and a bit repetitive and quite painful, to be honest. So it's always one of 2 things. Either you need to go and do your trial on the prehistoric island, or you need to train. Like I said, it is a pretty long process, but there are some ways to speed it up. So the first one is the gravity glitch, and I think a lot of people know this one. So essentially, gravity can help you cheese the entire trial. Just activate the flight ability before you enter the room. It's really important, before, not after. So essentially this trial, how it works is you need to bring the 3 lanterns up to the very top and put them where they belong. And you have a 5-minute timer. So if you fail, if you die, you have to, craft your volcanic magnet all over again, try and find the prehistoric island all over again, and do the trial again. And I did that a few times without using this glitch, which is why this video took so long to come out, one of the main reasons. But yeah, this whole process, it has been a journey. You're going to need to complete this trial quite a few times, by the way, so I really recommend you stock up on gravities to make it as quick as possible, because it's very time consuming. And the lucky thing is that gravity is a pretty cheap fruit. I think its value is around 10 million, and it's super useful, especially for the trials. Now, when you complete the trial and you get the option to choose a gear, I recommend choosing the blue one, the kinetic field. And the reason why is simply I took my friend's advice, which is that he got absolutely obliterated by someone using the kinetic field orbs, if that's what you call them. Long story short, they absolutely destroy everyone in PvP. That's what I've heard, so I just went with that. And the build that I went with by the end of this whole process was 2 blues and 1 red. So the red, which is the thorn mail, reflects the enemy's damage back at them. I just think it's better to have more orbs and then just have, the red as a bonus. Okay, so like I said earlier, every single time you've completed the trial, you can train again. Now, to explain it very quickly, what you do in training is you just need to stay in your form for a certain amount of time. I'll put that on the screen now. There's essentially 4 different stages, but the 4th stage has like 5 different steps, if that makes any sense. Now, for these training sessions, I really recommend using Gravity. Gravity is going to be your best friend again because you can just auto-click and aim where you want. And if you can get a friend that just stays AFK to help you out, that'll make the process so much faster and help you stay in your form. And with Gravity, like I'm doing now, as you can see, you can just spam forever, basically. Also, I forgot to mention you're going to need to spend quite a lot of fragments. For the final stage, you'll need to spend 4,000 fragments. Once the message says, I've done all I can for you, then you know that you've got max Draco V4. You don't have to do anything ever again. And I was so happy when I finally maxed this out because the process, like I said a million times, was so long, but I'm glad I did it because it's such a cool race and I love the V4 effects and everything, and I can't wait to test out the orbs in PvP.